As home video collectors of Blu-rays and DVDs, I think we always strive for that definitive edition that has all the bonus features from all the previous versions, including new ones. And it's just absolutely, this is the copy I can have, and I don't have to keep any other copies around. So today's video, we're going to talk about all those other editions that you have to keep older copies around if you want all the bonus features.
It's morphin' time!
Hello, this is Soundout here, and welcome back to a new disc discussion. Today we're going to take a more traditional approach and talk about a single subject across multiple titles, that being bonus features not carrying forward to the newest upgraded versions. So for example, Arrow Video's RoboCop 4K limited edition, which I've talked about before on the channel, whether it was a Blu-ray haul or it was a here's one of the best Blu-ray releases of the year, is really good, and it has all the bonus features from Arrow's previous release, which also include all the bonus features from the previous DVD and Blu-ray releases. Actually, I don't think the MGM Blu-rays even had bonus features. But everything you could want to know about this movie, every feature that was pretty much available is included here. There's not any major missing things from this. This even includes multiple cuts of the movie, including the director's cut and the TV cut. This is the ideal situation for a movie to be released, having all of its content on the highest possible video quality disc. So let's talk about releases where you can upgrade the movie, but maybe not upgrade the bonus features, and let's talk about all that comes with that. Now, this video is going to be no means a definitive list. I don't own everything, and I'm not even bringing up all the examples of things I do own. These are just some major ones I think we get an idea to kind of have a general idea of the topic. Now, things we're excluding, because there are some that some may say are fit in this category, but here's an example of one that doesn't. Back to the Future. This Complete Adventures set came out, I believe, in 2015 to represent the year Back to the Future 2 was supposed to take place. Had this cool light-up flux capacitor box, and inside you got the 3 movies on Blu-ray in a digibook packaging style like this. You got the complete animated series on DVD, which is the whole show. And then there also was the Back to the Future visual guide, which I believe, I don't remember if this is the full thing or an excerpt, but it's like a paperback edition of that visual history. Now, here's the thing. These two things, the animated series and the visual history, can be purchased separately from this set. They're not exclusive to it. It was just kind of nice to have this all in one box. Have the whole show, all 3 movies, one nice package. So when I talk about the 4K set, the 4K set, which this is the Steelbook edition, has all the bonus features that were on the Blu-ray, plus some new bonus features. So nothing is missing. I don't think the Blu-ray is missing anything from the DVDs. I think all was there, and so all is here. The only things missing from this set compared to this one is that book and the animated series, which can be bought separately. Specifically, the animated series is fairly cheap too. So I'm not going to call that an exclusion from this set to this set. There are other examples that we'll talk about that are much more egregious. So things like this, where something was available in a bundle, but you could still buy it separately, I'm not putting on the list officially. I'm also not talking anime nor tokusatsu because that brings in international licensing, and that is its own can of worms, not one for this video. But look at my shelf. I got too many Gundam Blu-rays. So let's talk Star Trek. Star Trek had this great 6-movie collection that came out with the Motion Picture Director's Edition, nice 4K and Blu-ray combo set. There is a Next Generation movie set coming up in April, which I'm really excited for. These are great, and they contain almost all the legacy bonus features from previous editions. I'd say almost all. The Motion Pictures Director's Edition bonus disc does include the bonus features from the 50th anniversary set, specifically about the motion picture, but the ones for Wrath of Khan through Undiscovered Country are not included, so that's kind of a bummer. Also, if you guys remember the 2009 Blu-ray, which I would love to just put aside forever and not look at again because they just look so much better on the 4K, there was the Captain's Summit bonus disc, and this included a 70-minute roundtable thing with a bunch of actors in it, and it was great. But this bonus disc has none of its content repeated to this set. That's a bummer. Now, unfortunately, it does look like from the listings of the Next Generation set, the same goes for the 2009 Next Generation Blu-ray set, which contained the bonus disc Evolutions, which not only contained just different things, it also included stuff for the Star Trek experience, including part of the Klingon Encounter and Borg Invasion rides, as well as the farewell to it, and I really do like that stuff, so it's going to be something I'm going to be keeping around. But outside of those 2 bonus discs, these sets do include almost everything else, so Not too bad, but it is a little bit of a bummer we couldn't get just a little bit more to complete it off. All right, so let's talk about Indiana Jones. Now, this is an interesting case because this set, the 4K, is not missing anything from the Blu-ray release. This is the Steelbook, and I do want to say, just as a side note, I like these Steelbooks, but the ones where they re-released the movies recently and they used the poster art on the front, I like those better, and I wish those were the ones released first instead of these. But I wasn't buying the movies, again, just for Steelbooks. But this set did include a bonus disc at the end of the set, which was a normal Blu-ray, where the movies are just 4K. There was a Blu-ray bonus features disc, and that contains the same bonus features from the Blu-ray from, I think, like 2012 or something like that. So it does have all the bonus features the Blu-ray edition had. However, it inherited the problem of the Blu-ray edition where it was missing some of the features from the DVDs of the original trilogy, as well as some bonus features from the 2-disc Blu-ray of Crystal Skull. So it has all the bonus features from the Blu-ray, but the Blu-ray was missing bonus features. So take your pick. It's not the worst thing, because I still think you get quite a bit on this set. It just is kind of a bummer they couldn't, round it out completely. But that is one of those things that happens where they're like, hey, we got everything from the previous release, except the previous release was missing things. So let's talk about a movie that's changed hands a few times. Here is Transformers the movie. This is the Shout Factory 4K Steelbook Edition. This contains all the bonus features from Shout's previous Blu-ray edition, which is good because you need all the stuff from the Blu-ray to the 4K. The 4K also added some bonus features that weren't previously available on the Blu-ray, which is great. However, this Blu-ray was very stripped down compared to the Sony 20th Anniversary DVD edition. This had bonus features, which the previous release to this was the Rhino Entertainment DVD, which had no bonus features. This was the first time the movie got remastered. I really, really like this edition, because while I do like the Blu-ray presentation, or now I really do love the 4K presentation on this movie is gorgeous, this set did contain quite a good amount of bonus features. Some of them were carried from the Sony release. However, the Sony release contained a whole lot more. So, for example, they include both the theatrical and the theatrical widescreen and the full screen version, just like the Blu-rays and 4Ks. You get a full-length movie featuring facts and trivia, which is just pop-up text. There is a commentary track with Nelson Shin, Flint Dilley, and Sue Blue. You also got the fan commentary, which was actually members of the fan sites doing a commentary track with really deep trivia on the film. It's actually where I learned a lot about this movie. Of course, trailer TV spots, there's some credit tests, photo gallery. You get Scramble City. The Scramble City OVA was made to bridge the gap between Season 2 and the movie in Japan because the movie was delayed. It's only available with a fan commentary because of licensing, but you actually can watch Scramble City there as an actual episode on this disc. There also is a side-by-side comparison of the remaster. There's a Transformers 2007 movie sneak peek and special sneak peek. You don't have to worry about those. You also get a DVD-ROM Autobot City trivia game, the featurettes, Death of Optimus Prime cast and characters, and Transformers Q&A with Nelson Shin, Tom Griffin, Joe Bacall, Flint Dilley, and Sue Blue. I believe these are the ones that carried to the Shout release. There's also a promotional trailer with commentary. There's test-deleted alternative footage with commentary, storyboards, US and Japanese toy commercials, the Scramble City commercials, which connects to the Scramble City OVA episode, and a DVD-ROM link to exclusive content, which I don't remember exactly what that was. But most importantly, there's Easter eggs on both discs, which includes extra promos, extra little spots. This is the most packed DVD that has ever DVD'd its life. It is absolutely amazing, and there's, nothing, again, no disrespect to the Shout release, because they have a much better video presentation, but I will never ever get rid of this release, because look at this, even put in preview pages for IDW's adaptation. I will never get rid of this release simply because nothing is ever going to top this for bonus features from Transformers the movie, because I don't think they'll ever get all this stuff. And a bunch of this stuff probably was locked to Sony, and that's why we never saw it again. Or things like Scramble City may have only been able to be licensed one time. So yes, while I think the 4K is the best presentation, the Blu-ray is a great presentation. This is still a good presentation, but the bonus features make this still the best edition. So no matter how many times I upgrade this Sony DVD is still sticking around because its contents are too valuable. So I've mentioned this before, but sometimes you get a movie on 4K and it doesn't include all the cuts of the movie, or the 4K is just a theatrical when there's an extended cut. I have mentioned this before with specifically G.I. Joe Retaliation. Thought the 4K was great. It was nice we got this movie upgraded. And yeah, they didn't include the extended action cut. Now, this originally was an Amazon exclusive Blu-ray that was later given a single release at the same time the 4K was, but essentially this was just a Blu-ray edition of the extended action cut, which is a little bit longer, but does include deleted scenes and behind-the-scenes features that weren't on the regular Blu-ray. So what I did was I bought the extended action cut, and on my shelf, when I have G.I. Joe Retaliation in its 4K case here, the 4K has the theatrical, the Blu-ray has the extended cut. And that's just how it is. Now, I would have preferred the extended cut to have been the one to get the 4K treatment, but for whatever reason, it wasn't what happened. However, I don't really understand why we didn't just get the extended action cut in the set with the 4K, especially because there's now a new Steelbook edition of this movie coming out that comes with the 4K and the extended action cut as the Blu-ray disc. So, anyways, I'm not going to harp on it too much, but sometimes this happens, and I kind of ask the question, why wasn't this just, a 3-disc set? 4K theatrical, Blu-ray extended. That would have satisfied me, honestly. But Paramount was being Paramount. And I guess my main point here is that Paramount has always owned this movie. They helped make it, so why couldn't they just transfer the stuff over? Because Transformers, yeah, that was some license handover, but this never moved studios. So now Shout Factory doesn't own the Bill and Ted movies. I think that's still technically MGM, but Shout Factory did this great Bill and Ted's Most Excellent collection. It included both movies on Blu-ray with 2 new bonus features, one about Excellent Adventure, one about Bogus Journey, as well as commentaries, and a collection of the previous DVD releases bonus features on a special bonus disc. So it was a 3-disc set. It also came with some stickers and a guitar pick that I have stashed away so I don't lose it. It was pretty cool. I really do like this collection. Now, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure did receive a 4K because I think there was a European company that did the transfer on it. And this includes just the bonus feature about Excellent Adventure as well as the audio commentaries. So it's lacking the actual bonus features from the Excellent Adventure DVD, which I believe there were some. And so the thing is, I do have to keep both these sets around, not just because Bogus Journey hasn't received a 4K yet, but because that bonus disc, because they split the movies up, because who knows if Bogus Journey is ever going to get a 4K. I don't even know if the elements exist for that. But essentially, both sets are still valuable to keep around. It's just if you want Excellent Adventure in 4K, you're going to need to still keep the Excellent Collection if you want the bonus features, or if you want Bogus Journey. So I'm going to crack open a can of worms, but not fully here. I'm just going to it's like popping a soda can. You just click it a little bit to let the pressure out of the can, but we're not going to pop it open. We're not going to drink the entire thing. But we're going to talk about Star Wars. So Star Wars is a big old complicated mess of bonus features not carrying forward and all this other stuff. And this is also another company changeover because Lucasfilm, through Fox, released this Star Wars Complete Saga Blu-ray set, which, while there is, discussion to be had about the video transfers, I think this is the nicest set of the original 6 movies because it's this really nice book packaging. Look at these nice painted artworks. So this was released to basically coincide with an anniversary or something. I don't remember. They basically put out the 6 movies on Blu-ray, and there was 3 bonus discs with each of them correlating to a different topic. So prequel trilogy bonus disc, original trilogy bonus disc, and extra documentaries, as well as parodies of Star Wars. This thing was pretty extensive, and I still really, really like this set. As you can see, there's your list of bonus features. It's quite detailed. Now, the cool part is that you get all this extra stuff. I love that they included stuff like old documentaries that came out during the time, a collection of Star Wars spoofs, all kinds of great stuff. So I really like this set. Now, Disney, after their acquisition of Lucasfilm and therefore the acquisition of the Star Wars franchise, did their own release in 2015 on Blu-ray, and that contained some of these bonus features. Not everything, but they did start to work in some of the stuff from the DVD that wasn't on here. So yeah, we're not going to get too complicated. But when you get to the 4Ks basically have everything from the Disney release, which means they don't have everything from here, which means they have some things that are elsewhere. Essentially, anything that was on here that wasn't on here, I don't think was any consequential, and I only own one movie on 4K, and that's Revenge of the Sith. Having watched the movies on Disney+, the 4K masters of the original trilogy look weird, because the film part of it looks amazing, and then the actual CG effects don't look as good. And in the case of Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones, They were not rendered at a high resolution to begin with, so I'm like, okay, why am I buying all the movies again on 4K? I just bought Revenge of the Sith because this one actually looks good, because they were really pumping the technology at the time, and so surprisingly it was sort of a native 4K film, or at least a native 2K. It looks really, really good, so that's why I have this one. Now, of course, the biggest thing to not carry forward from one release to another was the limited edition original trilogy DVDs from 2006. These are sort of infamous, these are sort of famous, these are really sought after as well, because they released these in packaging similar to how they released the prequel trilogy movies. These look really nice on a shelf. And the biggest thing with these, you're probably wondering, it's just the original trilogy. Yeah, they're 2-disc sets. What's on the second disc? Well, it's a bonus edition of the original theatrical version. Now, these theatrical versions were transferred from the Laserdisc, so they're not the highest quality, but yes, as this ad says, you get the bonus material, including the original theatrical versions. So the idea is that you get a version of the special edition on the disc, whatever the current version was, because it seems like every time they release these movies, they're slightly different. And then the second disc included the theatrical version. And this, to date, is the only disc release of the theatrical versions. They've never been released since. Now, I know that was a sticking point for George Lucas. There is even talk that his contract with Disney said, don't release the theatrical versions. I like my special editions. Because the thing is George Lucas likes the power of editing. He almost regrets everything he does almost instantly, so he likes going back and changing things and doing what he does. Now, yes, he technically has every right to do that, but I know a lot of fans, including myself, would love to have a nice remastered version of the original theatrical versions for the sake of preservation, as well as having options. You don't have to go with the actual CG effects they added, but go with the original practical ones. Kind of like how Star Trek the Motion Picture got every cut of it included in one set. It would be nice for that to happen to Star Wars. I don't know if it ever will, and so until then, these DVDs are incredibly valuable, and they're the biggest feature that hasn't carried forward to the other releases. It's DC's turn. Warner Brothers owns DC. They own all the content, and so these are examples of things I think should have been included. Now, this is the least egregious example. The Batman Complete Animated Series Blu-ray set is fantastic. It features all the episodes of the show remastered in HD, plus 2 of the movies, and all the bonus features from the previous releases. So why is it here? Well, first of all, I think it should have included Mystery of the Batwoman. This is not made at the same time frame. It was made after, during Justice League, but it features the same cast, it's the same continuity, it's the same era and time. Why wasn't this just put in with that? They included Sub-Zero, even though that wasn't Bruce Timm and Friends. That was a different production team, so why not throw this in as well? Weird exclusion, but it's not something I'm docking the set for. However, the actual DVD release of Volume 4, the New Batman Adventures, when you hit play all, it gave you the option to use the original Batman the Animated Series opening credits or the Superman Batman Adventures opening credits, which is like my favorite DC title sequence ever, and that's not on the Blu-ray. So this is a personal thing. I really wish that Superman Batman opening was on the Blu-ray, or just replace the New Batman Adventures opening, because it's always weird watching these episodes and seeing the old animated series opening. I think they should have swapped over to the Superman Batman opening for, I don't know, all the episodes. But that is a bummer that's not included here nor on the Superman set. Now, in that same vein, the Batman Beyond set, also complete, has all the bonus features. However, there's one thing missing, which is the movie cut of the first couple episodes. Yeah, they actually released a DVD and a VHS tape with an extended, cut together version of the first couple episodes to do a movie edition. And that's essentially what this is. Is this something that should have been included? I don't know. It's not really necessary. You can just watch the 2 episodes back to back. But it is an exclusion from a previous release. Now, the biggest example is that the Return of the Joker Blu-ray included here is the same one that was released prior, which means this is only the unedited version. The edited version has not seen a release since its original release. Yes, the unedited version is the canon version of the film, the one that should be watched, but not having the unedited version is kind of a bummer because, well, yeah, having the edited one on DVD somewhere, kind of lost track of it. I do want to have that preservation, and it could have been an easy bonus feature. But since they were using this exact same disc on this set, which I can't remember if it was the same artwork or if they changed it, we're going to find out right now as I'm thinking to myself. It's the same artwork. They used the exact same Return of the Joker disc, which is great for the movie presentation, but it is only the uncut version. So if you want that edited version, you're going to look for a very old DVD. In a similar vein to Batman Beyond, the Justice League Blu-rays are pretty much identical to their DVD release, just in HD, even down to the cover art, which also means they're not missing anything from the DVD sets. But those DVD sets were missing the Secret Origin cut together version as the movie. Again, not a big deal, just like the Batman Beyond movie, but it is something excluded. But the bigger exclusion is the Star-Crossed movie. Because while they tied together the 3 Star-Crossed episodes into a movie-style format, it runs really great, has a unique title sequence, which is new footage, unlike that, which didn't. And there's one big thing missing from this on that. The deleted scenes, there's full screen and widescreen, deleted scenes, featurettes, Hawkman from Comics Cartoon, and Tour of the Watchtower, and Justice League Watchtower character bios. That is bonus features exclusive to this disc that wasn't on the DVD sets, so they're not on the Blu-ray, so that means they did not carry forward, and that is why I keep the Star-Crossed DVD around. And here is the biggest sin of DC's bonus features, at least for the DCAU, Superman the Complete Animated Series. Oh boy, I love this set because we got the actual animated series in HD. However, there's a lot missing. So let's go over it because I think we should go over this one in detail. First of all, there's a nice little booklet to tell us what's on each disc. So inside this booklet, if I could open it, this booklet, you can see that there's a commentary for Last Son of Krypton Part 1, a commentary for Main Man Part 2, a commentary for Mr. Pixelated, and that's it. And commentary for Stolen Memories. There's also these bonus features. There's also a digital code thing that's going to fly off. So why is that a problem? It sounds great. 4 commentaries, a lot of bonus features. Well, here's the thing. So let's look at the Superman the Animated Series Volume 1. And by the way, I do have a reason for why this is like this. So we have Last Son of Krypton commentary. Check. A little piece of home having selectable pop-up trivia. That is a thing, but it's on the last disc, not here with the episode, and it's a separate video file, and it's not in HD. We got Stolen Memories commentary, check. Main Man Part 2, check. Tools of the Trade commentary, no checky. But Building the Mythos, Superman supporting cast, and Superman Learning to Fly are both on here. That's great. So Volume 1 is missing some commentaries on the Blu-ray. What about Volume 2? Let's get this out of here, if I can. These are old cardboard cases. Probably should have just left the sleeves off to begin with. All right. So we've got Menaces of Metropolis Behind the Villains of Superman. All right, that's accounted for. The Mixapixelated video commentary, that is accounted for. Audio commentary on Brave New Metropolis, no dice. Audio commentary on World's Finest Part 1, the Batman crossover, nothing. And that's pretty much it for Volume 2. Going to Volume 3, which was the last volume containing the rest of the series. What do we got here? All right, special feature, commentary on Apocalypse Now Part 2. Nada. Superman Behind the Cape with a behind the scenes of the creative team. No dice. Commentary on New Kids in Town, the Legion of Superheroes episode. Nothing. Look Up in the Sky, Amazing Story of Superman, excerpt from the documentary. Not here, but that's okay. It's an excerpt from another thing. And a commentary on Legacy Part 2. Not here. So there are only 4 commentary tracks out of what I think were 11 on the original DVD. And the weirder part, which is where it goes in my theory, the commentary tracks are separate video files on the disc. You click the commentary and you get the commentary on the SD footage, not the HD footage. So unfortunately, I think that Warner Brothers may have lost the commentary audio files and could only release them on SD as video files, which means they're taking up space on the disc and they didn't have room for all of them. Real bummer, though, that we didn't get the Superman Behind the Cape feature, because that was really cool to see the behind the scenes of the show, and I feel like that should have been included at the very least. So yeah, the Superman set, it's great, but if you got the DVDs, there's your bonus features, and if you don't got the DVDs, you might want to track them down if you want those bonus features. So let's get to our last example. I've talked about a lot of different things, about how bonus features carry forward between releases between companies, or sometimes they get changed over because of different hands. Let's talk about some movies owned by the same company since the beginning. The original creator wrote into her script for a 4th movie that they have the complete rights and can do it without her. It's The Matrix. So here's the thing. The Matrix Deja Vu collection is actually a pretty affordable set. You get the 4 Matrix movies on 4K and Blu-ray. Pretty cool. This works for somebody like me. And what do you mean somebody like you? Well, here's the thing. We got The Matrix, we got Reloaded, we got Revolutions, we got Resurrections on 4K. We got The Matrix, we got Reloaded, we got Revolutions, we got Resurrections on Blu-ray. Probably wondering, what's the problem? It sounds complete. Well, here's the thing. Resurrections and the 4K, this is the same as the single-release Resurrections and includes the bonus features for Resurrections. However, due to the nature of The Matrix having a lot of bonus features and these movies being kind of long, the actual 4Ks don't include bonus features, and the Blu-ray discs only include audio commentaries and in-movie experiences. When the 4Ks were released singly, there was a bonus Blu-ray disc with each of them, which is not present in the Deja Vu collection. Now, yes, I could go and find the actual Matrix singles and bought them all singly instead to get those bonus features. However, that's not the only thing missing. So let's bring out the Ultimate Matrix Collection Blu-ray, which is super freaking old. This was sort of the Blu-ray upgrade to the DVD set of the same name. And yes, while I could have gotten the single released Matrix 4Ks, even though they would have cost me more to get those bonus features are carried over from here. And here's the thing, this set is also excluding important things like, I don't know, probably my favorite Matrix movie, The Animatrix. Yeah, there is no way to get The Animatrix in 4K. They never did a 4K of it for some reason, which is a bummer because this is like an actual beautifully animated movie. Now, it could be complicated because of the different studios working on it, but yeah, you don't get this on 4K. So I basically have to keep both sets around. Because, yeah, at the end of the day, look at all the commentary, or all the bonus features, not just the commentaries, 4 of them. There is also just, like, so many documentaries, and different backstories, and music videos, and TV spots, and the same thing with, like, you know, Reloaded here, and the same thing with Revolutions, and, of course, the Animatrix has its own bonus features, and then there is the Matrix Experience, which is a 2-disc set of DVD, which, yeah, case ain't in the best shape anymore. It's old. There's 2 DVDs in here. One's a dual-layered disc, which I hate, and then there's a second one. This is pretty much everything that was the bonus features on the DVD version, and it has all this stuff that I wish was in HD, but you get so many things, including stuff like promoting The Matrix Online. This is an incredibly packed amount of bonus features into a trilogy pack. And while I do prefer to watch the 4K editions of these movies, plus there's a booklet in this too, I do like to watch the 4K versions of these movies because I think they do look better, especially with the green color grading being adjusted to what the Wachowskis originally wanted. I do think that it is a bummer that I have to keep both sets around, because not only is this missing the bonus features that were already included in the previous 4K releases, but there is so much stuff from here that wasn't on those 4Ks. So if you don't have a version of the Ultimate Matrix Collection, if you have the DVD edition, that's probably fine too. But this is essential if you're a Matrix fan wanting all your bonus feature content, and especially the Animatrix, whereas this is essential if you want the best picture quality and the proper colors for most of the movies. This is a bummer. I really do wish that we could get a Matrix set that had all of this in one big set, that has a 4K of Animatrix, all of that. I would buy these movies one more time if we could have a complete set that had everything. Include the Matrix Online cutscenes, because the Enter the Matrix cutscenes are here, and that was another video game. Just include everything. It would be great, but I doubt Warner Brothers is going to do it because they're broke and they're sabotaging their own company. But this is what we're stuck with. 2 different Matrix sets on the shelf just to make sure we even have all the movies in some cases and all the bonus features in others. This is the most egregious example I could find, and that's how we're going to wrap out the video. So that does it for this disc discussion. All of these releases here I think are all great. It just is a bummer that we couldn't get all the bonus content from the previous editions. It means I have to keep more stuff around. None of these are replacing, they're just adding to, and the collection's getting kind of big. And honestly, this kind of leads me to another topic where I'm thinking about DVDs of movies or TV shows that haven't been upgraded to Blu-ray that may not include all their bonus features. I might talk about the Young Indiana Jones DVDs because this only contains 6 episodes. There's a reason why there's a ton of discs on here, and I think if they don't do a Blu-ray of this, we would not get these bonus features on a Blu-ray, so maybe it should just be left as DVD. A topic for another day. So you want to make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Hit the like button while you're down there. Also, leave a comment and tell me a movie or TV show I didn't cover that was missing features on its upgraded release. I'm sure there's other examples, and I'd love to hear what you have to say. Also, be sure to check out my live streams Mondays at 5 p.m. Eastern, where I talk about Blu-rays and I talk about Blu-ray news as well, so be sure to check it out. And find me on social media at Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Soundout12. You can also find my awesome graphic designer on Twitter at DarkClaw643, and you can find Hero Club at hero-club.com for movie news and more. And until next time, this is Soundout saying goodbye.